All right, and good afternoon, Mid-Fairfield Nation 2010. We're coming live from the Fairfield. We're coming live from Fairfield, Minnesota, home of Shattuck St. Mary's, the J.P. Parisi Arena. This is one of the meccas in high school hockey for the United States. And if you get a chance at some point, you can look across the rink and see just a plethora of national championships won at different ages. And if you Google Shattuck and see all the alumni that are currently and formerly playing in the NHL, it's just incredibly impressive. And as always, this is one of the best teams in the country. I think right now, currently they're ranked second in the United States, right behind Little Caesars. And so Mid-Fairfield will have its work cut out for today, the boys. And we're gonna get going in just a couple of minutes. Just a couple of notes about today's game. There's gonna be 3 20-minute periods, and I believe there will be ice cuts in between the periods. So a little bit different, but as the kids get older, this will become the norm, most likely. And all right, thank you for Mr. Scranton helping us. And with all our technical difficulties, which more has to do with me not understanding how to do any of this, but we managed to cobble it together with a few dads, and hopefully the video quality will be pretty good. And so today we've got Coach Letty. You can see him on the bench with Coach Zegras and Coach Nick. I believe Coach Graggs is home attending a wedding this weekend, so you'll have to tune in to the broadcast and suffer through my commentary. And let's see what else we got here. So Joe Violante, you're looking live at him in net, and he's going to be the starter between the pipes. So it's going to be a 3-game weekend. Mid-Fairfield will face Mission tomorrow afternoon of Chicago. And then on Sunday morning, they're going to play Moorhead, which is a regional or kind of a district team out of Minnesota. And it's funny about that team, they're labeled as a AA team, and yet I think they can beat probably 99% of the AAA teams in the United States. So they are a juggernaut, and Mid-Fairfield will have to look to slow them down on Sunday. And it's really interesting being out here. It's my second time out in Minnesota, and this morning Chris woke up before the sun came up and asked to go skating down at the local park where we're staying. And it's literally about 3 minutes away from the hotel that we're staying at. And they have a pond and a flooded out field and an ice rink. And that was a lot of fun for Chris. I know getting to skate before the sun came up, and we had the park and rec guys laughing at him this morning because it's about 20 degrees out, and he's out in a long sleeve shirt and hat skating around. But that's, anybody that's lived with Chris knows that that's the norm. So, but it's interesting being out here. This is the hockey center of the universe, at least as far as the United States is concerned. And so we'll get going shortly here. Okay, and the Mid-Fairfield goalies give a high five and a glove tap. So we are familiar with, there's a few of the kids that Mid-Fairfield's played against in the past. Drew Daly, a prolific defenseman out of Buffalo, played with the Sabres for many years, the Junior Sabres. I know he's on the Shattuck team. So a few more players that we'll try to highlight throughout the afternoon. But he's one in particular. You'll see him right away. Just tremendous skating ability, shooting ability. So we'll get going here. All right, so coach has got his starting lineup here. Yanni Malafis at center with Scranton and Heckel. Zoo and Guccaro out on D. And win by Mid-Fairfield. Guccaro retreats to his own blue line, circles around, throws it over to Zoo. Zoo back up to Guccaro. Guccaro up the center of the ice, dumps it in, but it hits off a Shattuck player. And Shattuck immediately gains the Mid-Fairfield zone. Puck deflects off of Malafis behind Violante. Scranton tries to field it, gets it over. Tries to pass it to Heckel, unable to do so. Dump back in the Mid-Fairfield zone. Guccaro retreats. Behind Violante, Shattuck back up with it. Malafis pressing the issue behind his goaltender. Puck turned over to Zoo. Over to Heckel, who dumps it out of the zone, deflects off the referee. Doesn't go the whole way. Now Shattuck gains the zone. Pass into the slot. Nice play by Klingenstein to deny the pass completely. Out to the point. Shattuck passing well, but turns it over behind Violante. And the puck dribbles into the Shattuck zone. Beck gives chase. Now Shunk up with it, tosses it out, and turns it over in the neutral zone. Shattuck looks to reload. Klingenstein with the errant pass, collects it, tries to get it out. Shattuck there now. Shot wide of Violante. Shattuck rotating around, turns the puck over in the slot. Just Mid-Fairfield throws it out of the zone. Shattuck now up with it, moves around Shunk out front. Violante able to stick it aside, but Shattuck still up with it. Shattuck back up with it. Deflects off a player and into the bench. Coach Letty fielding it. Coach Letty demonstrating the prowess with the left hand. Okay, we're gonna go for some new players here. We've got Cullen Correa out there with Johnston and Ludke. Win by Shattuck. Shot off the ice, unable to hit the net. And Fairfield just trying to get the puck out right now. Shattuck controlling the play. Shot on Violante. Another save and a shot and a score by Shattuck. So Violante made the first save off the pad. And Fairfield unable to contain the Shattuck winger who was there for the tap-in. So Mid-Fairfield down early. 17:26 left in the first period. Shattuck up early 1-0 on Mid-Fairfield. Malafis comes back out to center, gets it out to Zoo. Tries to get to the center line, denied by Shattuck. Nice play by the Shattuck player to force the issue. Shattuck turns over at their own blue line, contested by Mid-Fairfield. Dump behind the Shattuck goalie. You're fine. Nice forecheck by Scranton. He's all over the Shattuck winger. And they look to break it out. Across the center line, shot onto Violante. Sticked over to the side. Heckel left it for O'Neill there for a second. Turned over in the slot, shot loose. And Violante unable to control the rebound, and Shattuck there to bounce it in. So Mid-Fairfield down early, 2-0. .16:42 left in the first period. Win by Shattuck, retreats into their own zone. Looks to break it out. Turned over. Ruff now with the steal. Ruff forces the turnover. Beck forces Shattuck to retreat into their own zone. Just thrown out. Coccaro there to pick it up. Coccaro with some skating room. Hits the brakes. Turns it over. Puck loose. Coccaro collects his own turnover, and he's hammered on the boards. Beck back there to help out his teammate, but Shattuck collects the errant pass. 2-on-2, Shattuck gains the zone. Good give and go passing. Violante with the stick. Mid-Fairfield squirts out. Shunk now hits the brakes, reverses course, passes it back to Beck, throws it behind Violante over to Coccaro. Stolen by Shattuck, back into the slot again, turns, shot, and another tap in. So 15:41 left in the first period. Mid-Fairfield unable to control Shattuck right in that slot area, right in front of Violante. Just deft passing out in front. And Fairfield's going to have to respond here quickly as they're down early, 3-0. Correa at the center position. Shattuck back up with it. Shores and Correa combine on it to throw the puck back into the Shattuck zone. Stolen by Ludke. Ludke hits the brakes, taps back, tries to get it to Shores, but it's turned over. Correa able to steal it, dump it behind the Shattuck goalie, tap back out. Nice play by Klingenstein, and there's going to be an offside on Shattuck. So 15:12 left in the first period. Mid-Fairfield down 3-0. Coach changes the lines here. He's got Scranton, Malefus out there with Heckel. Yoon and Zhu out on D. Tap back in. Yoon looks, fires it around the boards, gets it to Heckel, gets it out. And here comes Scranton. He's got Malefus with a Scranton shot. Way over the net. Puck gets by, and here comes Shattuck racing down the boards. Into the slot, shot, and it beats Violante. Just impressive passing from Shattuck. The winger raced down the boards. Looked like he had a shot, but then out of the corner of his eye, saw a Shattuck player streaking into the slot. So Mid-Fairfield digging a hole deep. Down 4-0, 14:46 left. Chris Faich going over to his goalie partner and reassuring him. So looked like Coach Letty decides 4-0 that was going to take a timeout here and talk it over with the troops. So just a quick note, Lucas Ruff, number 25, is back with Mid-Fairfield. Lucas is an integral part of the Mid-Fairfield team. Just a credible passer, just great vision on the ice. It's nice to see him back from injury. So Mid-Fairfield with the win, out to the slot, out to Coccaro. Coccaro winds up, deflects off a Shattuck player. Shattuck now looks to break out. Good hit by Coccaro, but Shattuck back up with a shot and beats Violante through the 5-hole. So 14:22 left in the first period. Mid-Fairfield down 5-0. Correa at center. Win by Mid-Fairfield. Mid-Fairfield unable to control. Shattuck now in their own zone, taps it out. Dumps in the Mid-Fairfield zone. Nice hit by Correa, knocking the player to the ice. Culling Correa now with a Shattuck player getting into it. Correa's had enough of it. Goes in with a big hit. Shattuck player took exception, so him and Correa gonna go off to the penalty box here. Correa brings that style of play to Mid-Fairfield, and it's a good thing. So there'll be offsetting penalties here. Malefus with the win, tries to throw it over to Heckel, to Scranton, a little too much on it. Oh, Scranton with a steal. Shot on the Shattuck goalkeeper, who's able to pat it to the side. Kai Scranton's got that deceptive speed out in front. Scranton unable to get a stick on it. Good shift by Kai Scranton here. Heckel unable to control at the blue line. Turned over by Mid-Fairfield. Dumped back in. Zoo just trying to get it out, but Shattuck there again. Shot on Violante and off his glove, high up into the netting. So 13-17 left. Mid-Fairfield down 5-0. So win by Mid-Fairfield. Coccaro shoved to the ice. Nice hit by Hanna and Coccaro. I think Coccaro's had about enough of it here. He's had 3 massive checks on this shift. The Shattuck player taking exception behind the play. Hanna now behind the goalkeeper, but turned over to Shattuck. Racing out of their own zone. Contested behind Violante. Yoon, who pinched in, throws it back over to Beck, who taking his spot. Oh, Beck, it's turned over at the boards. Coccaro now trying to look to calm the puck down. Finally does. Throws it over to Yoon, a little strong, and it's turned over. Shattuck able to force the puck back into the Mid-Fairfield zone. Out to the Mid-Fairfield blue line. Dances around the blue line. Throws it over to his defensive partner. Shot onto Violante, hit the side of the net. Shattuck still up with it. Out in front of Violante. Shattuck defenseman pinches in for his second, decides against it. Skates along his blue line. Looks up. He's got a player in the face-off circle. Back out in front and unable to connect cleanly. Shattuck running the same play, shot, and beats Violante over the shoulder. So Shattuck just running this same play. The guy's rotating in and out of that slot area. Mid-Fairfield unable to pick it up so far, down 6-0 early. 11-12 left in the first period. Granton at center. He's got Johnston and Ludke out there. Shunk and Klingenstein out there on D. Shunk dumps it in. Fielded by the Shattuck goalkeeper. And a little bit too high with the pass. It goes into the Shattuck bench. So Mid-Fairfield's going to take a face-off right outside the blue line in the Shattuck zone. So win by Shattuck, controls the puck. Okay, no icing there. Stolen by Shattuck at center ice. Shot onto Violante, unable to connect. Shattuck back in the Mid-Fairfield zone again, but stolen by Shunk. Stolen again by Shattuck. Out into the slot. Shot saved by Violante. So you're looking at, so one of the other players on Shattuck you see is number 10, Ryan Hanuki, who's a winger, I believe, and he is a physical player that moves the puck well. Already had a tremendous first period for Shattuck. Loose out in front on the side of Violante. Shattuck back up with the puck, but stolen temporarily by Malefus over to Schwartz, but turned over again in the neutral zone. Malefus with a nice play with a stick lift. Kanuki all over the place for Shattuck, stealing the puck, hitting Mid-Fairfield players. Drop pass by Shattuck out in front. Saved by Violante. Heckel comes in and says hello to the Shattuck player. Picaro able to throw it out. Shattuck defenseman tries to field it, only tips the puck deep in. Shattuck looks to break it out now. Shot and stick to side by Violante's puck still loose on the net side of the net. Picaro tries to get it up to Beck, unable to connect cleanly. Zug tries to tap it back up to Beck, a little strong on the pass. Picaro now over into the corner. And Fairfield with a steal. His hand, a cross-ice pass, gets it to Johnston, who loses track of the puck. Shattuck there to throw it back out, but picked up by Correa. Correa is always hammered to the ice. But just like Correa, he always does, gets right back up. Another pass by Shattuck into the slot. Good play by Leo Yoon to deny the pass into the slot area. Yoon back up with the puck. Gets it to Ludke. He's immediately hounded by a Shattuck player. Another hit by Correa. Ludke now trying to get the puck out. And Fairfield unable to do so. Puck now winds behind Violante. Shot from the blue line, unable to get all the way to Violante. Fielded by a couple of players. Yoon battling for possession. Correa pokes his head in there. Still a battle along the boards. Nice hit by Yoon to dislodge the puck. Now Ludke's got it. And he dumps it in the zone behind the Shattuck goalie. Excuse me. Nice play by Heckel. Goes down to the ice, but turns it right back over to Shattuck. Loose puck now. Malefus picks it up, the neutral zone. Throws it over to Shunk, just throws it on net. Goes for a shift change. Scranton now up with it. Scranton tried to get it to Klingenstein. It was a bounding puck. Shattuck now forcing the issue back into the mid-Fairfield zone. Stolen by Scranton. Shot into the glove of the Shattuck goalkeeper. So 6:27 left, mid-Fairfield down 6-0 to Shattuck. Just as a reminder, in between the periods, we will go for an ice cut, so there'll be some silence there for a few minutes. Hannah with a win. Schwarz tries to get it on net, unable to do so, and here comes Shattuck. Through the neutral zone, gains the mid-Fairfield zone, behind Violante. Shattuck defenseman just surveying, a shot onto Violante. Shattuck back up with it, out in front. Good job by Klingenstein. Get his stick down there, help out his goalkeeper, so Violante able to put his glove on it and stop play here. 5:54 left in the first period. Okay, both players are tossed out. Johnston comes in, win by mid-Fairfield. Zoo there to knock it over to O'Neill. Sorry about that. Mid-Fairfield unable to control. But turned over by Shattuck. Now stolen by Shattuck. So Violante content to just stop play here. 5:27 left to play in the first period. So Scranton is out there with Hannah and Heckel up front. Sorry, yeah, and Shunk and Picaro. Scranton over to Heckel. Loses the handle on the puck, but still is able to maintain control. Out to Shunk, shot into the stomach of the Shattuck goalkeeper. 5:08 left to play in the first period. Shot by Scranton off the pads of the Shattuck goalkeeper. Scranton now back up with it. Out to Caccaro, mishandles it. Puck goes flying out. Violante is able to get a stick on it, throws it out, but Shattuck is there. Oh, nice save by Violante off the shoulder. And Caccaro without a stick, forcing the puck out. And then he's knocked to the ice by a Shattuck player. And so, actually, number 10 is going to head to the bench, or to the, to the penalty box. So that's Hanutke. Caccaro with a nice play there. Matty Caccaro, so far in the first period, has stood tall amongst the mid-Fairfield players. He's played a physical game, and there just drew the penalty. Heckel now up with it. Caccaro at the point. Heckel over to Malefus, shot! And Yanni Malefus over the shoulder! And mid-Fairfield finally gets on the board here with 4:30 left to play. Yanni Malefus with an absolute snipe over the shoulder of the Shattuck goalkeeper. So Mid-Fairfield cashing in on the power play opportunity right away. So now it's 6-1. Hanna at center. He's got Ruff out there with Vartanian. Vartanian up to Schwarz. Cross center ice. Dumps it in on net. Off the Shattuck goalkeeper. Schwarz pinches in to dump in behind Hanna, but only Shattuck players there. A little too strong, turns it over to Vartanian. Cross ice pass to Schwarz. Ruff now up with a nice move by Ruff. Thought he had a Shattuck player had a stick on him, but looked like a hook there, but no call. And here comes Shattuck. They're gonna have a 3-on-2 shot, unable to hit the net. Yoon dumps it out to Vartanian, skips over his stick and into the neutral zone. Shattuck reloads. Yoon now, a little too strong, but Lukey able to corral it. Cross center ice, dumps it in. Lukey on the side of the Shattuck net. Leaves it for Klingenstein. Klingenstein's shot! Oh, Correa looked like he was going to have a tip-in opportunity there, but just tipped it the other way. Shattuck looks to settle things down here. Cross ice. Looks to set things up. Out to their defenseman. And skips by Violante. Mid-Fairfield with a steal. Ludke content to dump in. Johnston gets there first. Johnston with a nice hustle, but Shattuck back up with the puck. Oh, steal by Johnston with a good stick lift. Oh, Mid-Fairfield looked like they were gonna have an opportunity with Malefus again, just unable to get it on tape to tape. Klingenstein back up with it, leaves it for Schunk. He's immediately harassed by Shattuck players. Scranton now. Oh, Mid-Fairfield had an odd man rush developing, but just unable to get the puck cleanly tape to tape. So 2:03 left in the first period. 6-1 Shattuck over Mid-Fairfield. Forecheck by Mid-Fairfield. Caccaro again getting into it with a Shattuck player. Puck turned over, Scranton gets there. Shot that sticked aside. Just absolutely incredible passing by Shattuck. Unable to hit the net. All right, so Hanna at the center position. He's got Ruff out there with him and Beck. Win by Shattuck, but turned over. O'Neill able to throw it out. Gets it to Beck, tips it out to the neutral zone. Shattuck there to collect. Nice hit by Ruff. Beck with a forecheck along with Hanna. Dump back in. O'Neill gives chase behind Violante. Ruff along the boards. .50 seconds left out in front of, oh, Shattuck player had some skating room right in front of Violante, but just whiffed on the puck. Dump back into the side of Violante. 14 seconds left. Shattuck up with the puck, though. Out in front, mishandle. Lutke up with it. And this should just about kill the rest of the first period. All right, folks, so we're going to take a short break, and we'll have the ice cut. We'll bring the second period.
Okay.
So Mid-Fairfield down 6-1. We're okay? Okay. All right, and welcome back, folks. We're going to bring you the second period. And as we noted, if you came in late, you might not have heard it, but 20-minute periods, there'll be ice cuts in between it. And to be honest with you, at first when somebody said that, I'm like, oh, do they really need to do that? And then by the end of the 20 minutes, I looked and I'm like, yeah, you could build Frosty out there along the boards. There's so much snow. And just also neat to see in between the periods. So Andy Hall, you know, I think you could probably make her out in between, right on the red line in the scorekeeper's box is Andy Hall, longtime mid-Fairfield defenseman who played with Chris, I think since they were about 8 years old, and now she's a student at Shattuck. And Andy was a tremendous player for mid-Fairfield. So here we go for the second period. So Shattuck back up with it. Tap back in for mid-Fairfield zone. Heckel able to ride the puck out. He's got Malefus in the slot, unable to get stick on it. Heckel still contesting for the puck into the corner. Shot by Zoo, loose out in front. And Heckel saying hello. A bunch of the Shattuck players. So there was a shot by Vinny Zoo. Heckel there trying to tap it in. So 19:26 left in the second period. Correa at the center position. Win by Shattuck. Oh, and mid-Fairfield's going to go off for a penalty here. And that's Cullen Correa is going to head off. So I believe it was a roughing penalty on Correa. So 19:16 left. Hannah is one of the penalty killers. Puck skips by the Shattuck defenseman into the neutral zone. And offside on mid-Fairfield. Sorry, on Shattuck. So Shunk, Klingenstein, Ruff, and Hannah are your penalty killers. Puck whistles around the boards. So in Minnesota hockey, you can ice the puck here on the penalty kill. So Shattuck gains the zone, hits the brakes, out to the point. Slides it over, pinches in, shot. Oh, well, that was funny. So the Shattuck player shot the puck and it disappeared. They couldn't find out where the puck went. And apparently it went into one of his teammates' jerseys and he skated around for a second and it dropped down to the ice. So Carl back up with it, stolen by Shattuck though. Shattuck races in, tries to slide the puck over, but Zoo gets a stick down, nice play, and Shattuck sets up shop in the mid-Fairfield zone out to the point. Whistles it around, thank you very much. Shot off of one of the Shattuck players. Mr. Johnston bailing me out with a water. Shot off of Violante's shoulder. Oh, and Shattuck's gonna head off. And it's going to be called for interference here. So that's going to erase the final 30 seconds of the Shattuck power play. Just if you're wondering, this is a team effort to bring you these games here. Whether it's a parent bringing a cold glass of water or someone operating the camera, trying to bring you all the action for your sons or your grandsons. Shattuck trying to waste a little bit of time in the mid-Fairfield zone, forced the issue by Johnston. Johnston still battling for it at the end board. Shattuck back up with it. Shot off the pad, loose out in front. Shot! And into the nets. So mid-Fairfield will have 5 skaters now. Shattuck will have 4 for the next 129. Mid-Fairfield just hoping to cash in. They did last time on their first power play of the day. Ludke now up with it over the mid-Fairfield blue line. Unable to gain the zone. Ludke with a shot and beats the Shattuck goalkeeper. So mid-Fairfield able to cash in on the power play opportunity. 16:53 left. And mid-Fairfield able to strike right back. So Shattuck gains the zone. Shot off of Violante. Collects the puck off his chest. And so 16:41 left. Correa at the center. Ref's gonna throw out the Shattuck player, which is unusual. Usually it's Cullen that gets thrown out. So win by mid-Fairfield. O'Neill up with it. Gets it to Johnston's, turned over in the neutral zone. Puck deflects. Correa now up with it. Shot off the pad of the blocker, the Shattuck goalkeeper. Shattuck back up with it. O'Neill races over, throws it out of the zone to Johnston. Johnston now into the Shattuck zone. Gets it to Beck. It's pinned up along the corner. O'Neill throws it to the opposite corner. Schwarz up with it. Taps back in, but stolen by Shattuck. Now stolen by Schwarz again. And finally tipped out by Shattuck. Shattuck, some nifty skating, but turns it over. Johnston contesting. And it's dumped in behind Violante. Here comes Malefus now, the full head of steam, tries to get by the Shattuck defenseman, and he's dumped to the ice. Shattuck defenseman is quite the skater. He was able to keep up with Malefus stride for stride there. Skating backwards. Shattuck able to break out of their zone. Gain the mid-Fairfield zone. So you can see shot, loose out in front, went off of Violante's glove. And the puck skips out of the mid-Fairfield zone. Shattuck goalkeeper way out to field it and throws it the length of the ice. No icing. Klingenstein back to field the puck. Gets it to Scranton, but stolen by Shattuck. Shattuck anticipating those cross-ice passes. Shattuck back up with it, out to the blue line. Defenseman pinches in. Denied by mid-Fairfield. Shattuck again looks to reload. Puck mishandled, but dumped behind Violante. Out to the Shattuck defenseman. Wheels around. The face-off circle. You can definitely see mid-Fairfield made some changes in the break. They're picking up that Shattuck player streaking into the slot area to try to get that pass. So mid-Fairfield doing a better job with that. Puck loose out in front of Violante's save. Vartanian tries to get it out and does finally. Shattuck gains the zone. Behind Violante. Mid-Fairfield back up with it. Vartanian tries to hit Lutke in stride. Lutke's one-on-one with a Shattuck player. Loose out in front. Vartanian unable to get a stick on it. The puck goes harmlessly up into the air in the netting. So we'll stop play here, 12:51. Shattuck up 7-2 over mid-Fairfield. So ref a little bit quick on the puck drop there. Correa at the face-off. Shattuck with the win. Nice play by Johnston with the stick to knock the puck back in. Correa now back up with it, dumps it in. And we're going to stop play here at 12:35. So Correa at the center, got Johnston out there with Ruff, Yoon and Schwartz. Shattuck dumps at the length of the ice, and there's going to be an icing call. Okay, Scranton at the face-off position. Turns to Schwartz and tells him something. Wins the face-off. It's stolen right away from Shattuck. Shattuck gets by and into the mid-Fairfield zone. Scranton over to Heckel, stolen by Shattuck. They're gonna have some numbers here. They're gonna have a 3-on-2. Shattuck, backhand, unable to hit the net. The only thing different about that shot is they shot it on the first attempt. Usually there's 2 or 3 passes. Schwartz now up with it into the neutral zone and dumped into the Shattuck end. Goalie fields it. Malefus up with the errant pass. Malefus still battling for possession. Lucas Ruff there, still fighting for the puck. Oh, and beautiful pass by Shattuck. They're gonna have a breakaway shot, unable to hit the net. Again, some deft passing from Shattuck there. Beck now up with it. Gets by the defenseman temporarily, but loses the handle. Lucas Ruff able to keep the puck back in twice, but finally stolen again by Shattuck. Vinny Zhu pinned up into the corner. So Ruff over to Johnston. Long pass. Somebody could tell me, because I don't have the Shattuck roster. Oh, Klingenstein goes down to the ice. I think number 11 is Drew Daly, but I should have gotten the Shattuck roster before the game. Mid Fairfield still battling. Ludke tries to get by and does. He's got Klingenstein in the slot if he can get possession of the puck. And here comes Shattuck. Culling Perret with just a fantastic forecheck, causes the turnover of the puck on Shattuck. And Fairfield definitely more physical in the second period. Culling Perret harassing Daly the whole way down. Now Johnston dumps it in. Just tremendous play by Shattuck to get around the Mid-Fairfield defenseman. But Mid-Fairfield up to the task, causing the puck going over into the corner. Still battling for possession, the neutral zone. Shattuck up with a rolling puck. Picaro absorbs the hit, still battling. Shattuck now pinches in, the defenseman shot off of Violante. And here comes Scranton up with it. Tries to hit Picaro in stride. Shattuck defenseman just swats it away. Out to the point, shot and glove by Violante. Is Drew Daly number 11? Yeah, that's what I thought. Thank you.
It's the only one I know.
I know. So Mr. Johnston with the, again with the assist to me. Number 11 is Drew Daly. You can see him, just a big defenseman who controls the puck well. Just tremendous shot. Shattuck controlling the puck along the boards. Ref gets in the way. Shattuck back up with it. Thrown in. Violante was hit by one of the Shattuck players, but fortunately no shot. Shattuck back up with it. Shot off of Violante. Violante was down. Shattuck just reloading constantly. And the puck squirts out of the zone. Shattuck looks to set up. Out to their defenseman. Shot off of one of the Shattuck forwards. And Mid-Fairfield able to force it back out again. It's hard to see in a 7-2 game, but having Lucas Ruff back is just tremendous help for Mid-Fairfield. It just does all those things that just don't ever appear on a score sheet, but just a tremendous player with a high IQ. The amount of times he's battling for pucks and turnovers, and just it's good to have him back. So Shattuck back up with it. Blocked by Ludke. Shattuck get back up with it again. Shot loose out in front. So Violante is able to withstand some peppering by Shattuck. Back out to the point. Pinches in. Fairfield doing much, much better, just shutting down those passing lanes in the slot. Stolen by Shattuck. Pass loose out in front. Shattuck just passing around at will right now. Shot, loose out in front. Mid-Fairfield able to stop play here as Violante able to secure the puck. 5:27 left in the second period. So Malefus at center, win by Shattuck, controls the puck out at the blue line. And stolen, but then stolen back from Shattuck. Nice pass, shot, saved by Violante. You know, you try not to be in awe of these teams because they're 14-year-old kids, but watching Shattuck, that player just before, he had an open shooting lane, but saw out of the corner of his eye his teammate who had even a better shot, passed it right over to him. Just Violante just made a nice save to prevent the puck from going in. But here comes Shattuck again now. Tries to toe drag, but O'Neill makes a nice defensive play. And here comes Mid-Fairfield. Scranton and Heckel get a step, unable to complete the give and go. Heckel and Scranton working well together there. Shattuck back up with it at their own blue line. Feathers it into the Mid-Fairfield zone. 14-13 left. Vartanian up with it. Turns over the puck at the blue line. Shattuck back up with it. Some nifty skating and oh, nice save with the pad as Violante. Shattuck back up with it. Another shot and it's gloved by Violante. Stopping play here, 3:53 left. So Hannah at the face-off. Win by Mid-Fairfield. Schwartz tries to get it to Klingenstein. Over to Vartanian. Hannah up with a loose puck. And Schwartz dumps it in behind the Shattuck goalkeeper. Klingenstein with a nice hit, but Shattuck there with a steal. Great stick lift by Klingenstein to steal the puck. And it skips over to the Shattuck goalkeeper, fields it to his defenseman. Shattuck breaks it out, tips it into the Mid-Fairfield zone, splits the two Mid-Fairfield defenders. Well, Mid-Fairfield's going to go away here for a penalty, a trip. Shattuck now with a delayed penalty, and Mid-Fairfield will stop play here. 2:49 left. So your penalty killers, you'll have Picaro and Heckel out there with Correa and Zoo. Win by Mid-Fairfield. Picaro sweeps in, steals the puck, gets it out to Heckel. Heckel dumps in. Shattuck goalie fields it. Correa forces him to throw the puck to the other side. And stolen by Mid-Fairfield to center ice. Here comes Heckel. Heckel just hounded by the Shattuck players. You can hear the sticks hitting him. And Shattuck breaks it out and misfires, and that's going to be an icing. 2:15 left in the second period. So definitely the pace of play slowed down here a little bit. Mid-Fairfield has figured out that passing lane in the slot that Shattuck was running so effectively in the first period. Shattuck back up with it. Forecheck by Scranton. Ruff now gives chase, but Shattuck into the zone. Looks to set up shop. Shattuck now harassed by Shunk. Into the slot, saved by Violante with a pad shot, and it's gloved by Violante. 1:28 left in the second period, 39 seconds left in the penalty. So I apologize, that was Jack Schwartz who went off for the trip. So Shattuck, Daly now. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Drew Daly, like that was just, Drew Daly had an open shooting lane and again saw the Shattuck player coming into the slot area and just tapped it over to him ever so deftly. But Violante able to keep them off the board with a nice glove save. Caccaro, Matty Caccaro misfires, tried to throw the puck down the length of the ice and it goes right into the Shattuck bench, which of course wasn't on purpose, but get some oohs and ahs in the crowd. Klingenstein able to throw the puck out. Shattuck looks to regroup at center ice. Back out to the point. Slides it over to the face-off circle. Oh, tries the Michigan. It's one of the Shattuck players. It falls right off the stick blade. So 1 second left of the penalty to Schwartz. 49 seconds left in the period. So the Shattuck coaches are warning their players because the mid-Fairfield player is going to come out on the ice. Loose out in front of Violante and a backhand and it's in. So technically that's not a power play goal because it had expired, but Shattuck goes up by the score of 8-2. Zoo's able to dump the puck in. Fairfield back up with it. Pitches in. It's Shunk, or sorry, Ludke. Apologize about that. And here comes Shattuck again. Just give it go passing. Shot onto Violante into his stomach. 17 seconds left to play in the second period. Shot by Shattuck goes off wide. We pinch in, 5 seconds left. Out to the defense. Oh, and after the buzzer. And that'll end the second period. So we'll take a short break here, and we'll bring you the third period. Mid-Fairfield down 8-2. Okay, and welcome back. So we've got 20 minutes left to play. Shattuck up 8-2 over Mid-Fairfield. Second period definitely more competitive than the first. And we'll get going, see if Mid-Fairfield can cut into this lead at all. And the starting lineup got Hannah out there with Ruff and Beck, Zoo and Kokaro out on D. Win by Mid-Fairfield, Zoo over to Kokaro. And Shattuck with the steal dumps it back in. Errant pass by Shattuck is forced out of his own to Beck. Dumped over from the corner. Zoo on his horse races behind the net with Hannah. Hannah back up with it. And here comes Shattuck. Daly across the blue line. Daly gets by Kokaro. Taps it back out. Daly back up to the point. Wheels the puck around. Give and go passing. Oh, and Beck able to get it over into the other corner. I think Violante was surprised. So at 18:44 left in the third period. We'll have a face-off just outside the Mid-Fairfield net. Malefus at center. Win by Shattuck shot. I think that got a piece of Violante's blocker, but Shattuck back up to the puck. Dumped back in. Contested by Yoon. Yoon able to force it to the opposite corner. Shot unable to hit the net. Rolling puck. Heckel has trouble with it. It's turned over to Shattuck. Shattuck back into control at center ice. D-to-D pass. And dumped in the Mid-Fairfield zone. Schwarz there. And forced back in the Mid-Fairfield zone. Yoon retreats, throws it out, gets it to Malefus. Over to Scranton. And they're going to call an offside. Malefus tried to lengthen his stride out a little bit to prevent the offside, unable to do so. 17:45 left in the third period. Correa at the center, win by Correa. Shunk up with it, dumps it in. Shattuck back up with it though, quickly, and throws it the length of the ice. No icing. Puck goes behind Violante. Two Shattuck players along with Klingenstein there. Shattuck back up with it, the side of Violante. Shot deflects off of, I believe, Shunk. And Shattuck back up with it in the neutral zone. Turned over though. Lukey out in front. And the Shattuck goalie comes up with the save, right in the stomach. 17:09 left in the third period. Hannah at center. He's got Ruff out there and Beck. Zoo and O'Neill. Ruff with the win, backhand shot off the Shattuck goalkeeper. Shattuck into the mid-Fairfield zone. Unable to hit the pass cleanly. Defenseman pinches in. Keeps the puck in the zone, but Hannah there. Hannah passes it over to Beck. It's off his skates and dumped into the Shattuck goal, or the Shattuck end. Daly up with a puck behind his own netminder. Cross ice passing. It's dumped into the mid-Fairfield zone, stick to side by Violante to Zoo. And shot in on the Shattuck goalkeeper. Another shot that goes wide. And Carl retreats into the neutral zone to pick up the bounding puck. Over to Scranton. Scranton with Heckel passing back and forth. Scranton gains the zone in front. Scranton up with the puck. Tries to connect to Heckel. Picaro over to Heckel in front. And Malefis was just shoved to the ice. Cross ice pass over to Heckel. Hits the brakes. Turns it over. Shattuck shovels it out. Errant pass goes over to Schwarz. And we're going to have an offside here. Stoppage of play, 15-12 left. Correa, the center, but win by Shattuck. D-to-D pass. Long pass, splits the mid-Fairfield defenseman, but stick to side by Violante, who had trouble with it with his stick and had to bound on top of the puck to stop play here. 15:01 left in the third period. Yoon forced to retreat into the corner, comes up with the puck, gets the pass out to Correa, tries to feed it to Lukey, a little strong, but Lukey races down. He's got Johnston in the slot, but the Shattuck defenseman able to tie up the puck in the corner. Johnston now up with it, out to Shunk. Shunk back to Johnston, shot! Unable to hit the net. Yoon retreats, gets the puck, dumps it back in. Puck out to Shunk. He gets it to Lukey. Off the goalie's pads, back out to Yoon. Yoon dumps in the corner. He's got Lukey behind the net. And Shattuck able to settle down the puck. Yoon with the steal. Turns it over in the neutral zone, but able to force the puck back out. Turnovers galore in the neutral zone here. And Lukey able to dump it in. Ruff forces the goalie to field the puck, and Zoo's able to steal it because of Ruff's actions. Ruff back up with it. Good passing by Lucas Ruff, but mid-Fairfield unable to get a clean shot on it. Oh, stolen by Vartanian out in front. Saved by the goalkeeper. Goes up in the air. So Vartanian came out of nowhere to steal the puck, but credit the Shattuck goalkeeper. Daly now back up with it on the blue line pass. Daly back up with it, pitches in. Out in front, unable to connect. And Ruff is there. Shattuck keeps it in. Shot off of Violante, and the puck just sat there, but the ref must have thought it hit the netting. Calls it dead. 13:01 left. So win by Shattuck, out to their D. Daly now up with it, pitches in, shot, Loose out in front. Oh, nice save by Violante. Shattuck demonstrating that elite level passing. But Violante able to keep him off the scoreboard. So when Lukey, sorry about that folks, Lukey was dumped to the ice after a big hit on Heckel. So this Shattuck team does have a certain amount of aggressiveness to go along with their skill. And here comes number 10, Ryan Hanuki from Shattuck, who's just a incredible player. But Mid-Fairfield up to the task to deny the shot on their goalkeeper. Hannah now steals the puck, gets into the Shattuck zone. Off the goalkeeper's glove. Lukey now up with it into the end board, trying to fish it out to Hannah. Hannah loose with it, out in front, and a tap in. And oh, was that good to see? Lucas Ruff, the beneficiary of the fine play by Mid-Fairfield. Lucas Ruff, who's been all over the ice here, just making tremendous play after tremendous play. And he gets on the score sheet, first time back since his injury. So Hannah, it's got Vartanian and Ruff back out there, Yoon and O'Neill. So Mid-Fairfield cuts it to 8-3. Player gets by O'Neill, player in the slot, but nice play by Hannah to prevent the pass. Shattuck back up with it out to their defenseman. Yoon with a check into the end boards. Players now pinned into the corner. Shattuck trying to get the puck out to their defenseman, do so, unable to hit the net. Vartanian races over and picks up the puck. Tries to feed it to Ruff, but bounces off his stick. Shattuck passing now. Shot over the head of Violante. Shot that's sticked aside by Violante. Shattuck keeping the puck in. And the puck goes into the Shattuck zone. Scranton with the forecheck. Good job by Mid-Fairfield. Scranton back up with it. Mid-Fairfield employing a two-player forecheck. Puck goes racing down. Violante swats it over into the corner. Shattuck back up with it though. And stolen by Mid-Fairfield. Scranton's gonna have some skating room here. He's got Malefus in tow. Oh, beautiful play by the Shattuck defenseman to prevent the pass over to Malefus. Mid-Fairfield with a scoring chance there. Zoo with some nifty skating like in a phone booth. Frees the puck up, leaves it for Klingenstein. Good forecheck by Johnston. Gets it to Malefus behind the back pass, but only Shattuck there. Puck turned over. Zoo contests at the blue line. Back and forth the turnovers go. Johnston now up with it after the steal. Tries to get it to Malefus. Leaves it for Correa, unable to get a full stick on it. And Shattuck just dumps it into the Mid-Fairfield zone, looking for some fresh legs here. 9 minutes left to play. Mid-Fairfield back up with it. Turned over. Shattuck settles it down with their defenseman. Bounces it off the boards and dumps it into the Mid-Fairfield zone. Lukey up with the puck. behind Violante. Johnston unable to handle it. It's going to go the length of the ice. No icing. Shattuck back up with it. Shattuck with a long pass gains the zone. Passes it over. Daly now up with it. Dumps it behind Violante. Daly now settles the puck down. Pinches in. Daly with it. Oh, it looked like he was going to shoot a wrister, but tried to pass it over to an open teammate. Daly back up with it, reloads, whiffs on the puck, gets his own whiff. Daly again, but mid-Fairfield shutting down those passing lanes. And the puck harmlessly goes out of the mid-Fairfield zone. Ref gets in the way, stops the puck. It's too bad. It would have been great to see if mid-Fairfield has played much better in the second and third period here against Shattuck. But just that first few minutes just were knocked back on their heels. Shot by Malefus, but Shattuck racing back, loose puck on the side of the Shattuck goalkeeper. Malefus still with it, still fighting for possession. The goalie's water bottle's loose. Malefus tried to feed his partner, unable to do so. And here comes Shattuck loose out in front. Nice stick save by Violante. Shattuck back up with it, turns it over. Shattuck back up with the puck again. Shot onto Violante, unable to connect with his pad. Skips over into the corner. Mid-Fairfield, now Shattuck back up with it, trying to feed that player in the slot. Shattuck back up with it, blocked by Shunk. Still loose out in front. Mid-Fairfield able to throw it out. Shattuck reloads and dumps into the corner. Panucci had a golden scoring chance for Shattuck there, but credit Mid-Fairfield. They learned their lesson on those passes into the slot. Mid-Fairfield doing a much better job in the second and third period to deny those passes, and consequently his scoring is slowed up tremendously here. So Mid-Fairfield's going to go on the power play here. Shattuck heads to the penalty box. So the number one power play unit comes out. Scranton is out there with Malefus and Hanna, Heckel and Coccaro. Puck skips by Heckel. Tries to leave it for Coccaro, who overskates it, but luckily able to hit the brakes in time. Shattuck with an active penalty kill here, aggressively going after the puck. Good Fairfield trying to break through with some passing here. Malefus shot, pad saved by the goalkeeper. Heckel back up with it, over to Coccaro, pitches in, deflects off a player. Hanna over to Heckel. Back to Hanna. Unable to hit the net. Malefus back up with it. And here comes Shattuck. Oh, stolen by Malefus, but turned back over to Shattuck. Shattuck able to chip the puck into the mid-Fairfield zone. Heckel over to Scranton, back over to Heckel. Fairfield trying to get set up here. Coccaro now slides it over to Lutke. Lutke unable to get a shot cleanly right out in front of the crease. Heckel now at the point, over to Coccaro. Gives it to Scranton, but it's turned over and chipped out of the zone. Coccaro's tripped. And they're going to call an offside here, but it looked like they'd gotten a stick under Caccaro's skate there, but no call. 15 seconds left on the penalty. 4:23 left. Zoo now back up with it. Johnston turns it over in the Shattuck zone, but it goes into the corner with Correa. Johnston and Correa now fighting along with the Shattuck players. Now Lukey joins the fray. Loose out in front, off the post. So mid-Fairfield searching, loose off the Shattuck pad of the goalkeeper. Mid-Fairfield still with the puck, out to Zoo, who winds up. Correa tries for the tip, unable to get his full stick on it. And Shattuck and mid-Fairfield chase into the corner. Yoon throws it over to Lukey. Oh, big hit by Shattuck. A couple of players going down hard there. Shattuck now with a shot, doesn't hit the net. Oh, nice save by Violante. So with 2:54 left, Shattuck is going to break it out of their own zone. And credit Joe Violante. This is a tough day for a goalkeeper, but he's hung in there the whole game. Shattuck with a shot on him, able to be sticked aside. It's hard for a goalie to give up 8 goals and to maintain your composure, but Joe's done that. It's a big ask of a goalkeeper. And every goalkeeper knows there's those good days and the bad days, and every goalkeeper has them. Puck still loose, 2:09 left to play. Stolen by Klingenstein, who taps it out to Shores. Shattuck looking to break it out, and tipped into the mid-Fairfield zone, forces Shores back. Shattuck with the steal, but the errant pass. Sorry about that. Out to the Shattuck D. Stolen by Malefis, who's thrown down to the ground. Hard to the ice. Chipped up into the air by Malefis. Shattuck, it's just a crazy pass. Shot, unable to hit the net. Daly back up with it, slides it over. Another pass. And thrown out of the mid-Fairfield zone. 28 seconds left to play here. Stolen by Johnston. 10 seconds left. Lukey up with it, shoots, unable to hit the net, and that's it, folks. So we will see you tomorrow, I believe at around 2 o'clock. Mid-Fairfield will be playing Mission from Chicago, and Unfortunately, not the outcome we wanted today, but we will regroup tomorrow and be at it. So have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow.